Jacob Cast 2024. We're gonna do my Monday Night Raw review, and then we're gonna talk about Saturday Night Main Event, and then we'll talk about the news and rumors for AEW. I'm gonna make the video like an hour and 10 minutes. My video is sponsored by PlayStation. It was sponsored by my favorite YouTubers, JD from New York, Fightful Wrestling, Salamoto Sound Off, and the other favorite podcast that I know of. Um, Hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comment section y'all want to see more. Um, we are gonna talk about Monday Night Raw, the go home show for the Royal Rumble. We are just, I think, 5 days away till we get to the Royal Rumble. We will talk about everything that happened on the show here. Gonna show y'all some of the highlights. I'm not gonna do my prediction. Well, it probably doesn't matter. Well, I'm not gonna do my predictions. I think I'll do it on maybe on Friday. Now there's the NBA, but I'm not gonna talk about that. Cody Rhodes came back on Raw in his hometown, I guess, or in Atlanta. We do have NXT coming up. Saturday Night Main Event. That was on Saturday. I wouldn't even do a live stream because I didn't have no time. I was at House of Glory. Saturday Night Main Event. Saturday. As you guys know, Saturday was on two nights ago. Saturday Night Main Event. It was actually an okay show, pretty decent. It was nothing but a glorified house show. There were only 4 matches on the card. Jacob fought 2 destroyed Braun Strowman. We had 3 big title matches headline. First Saturday Night Main Event in 2025. Gunther defended the world title against Jey Uso in a very decent match. Braun Breaker defended the Intercontinental title against Sheamus. That was also pretty good. Rhea Ripley defended her Women's World Champion against Nia Jax. That was very good. And then we had the contrast signing with Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens and Shawn Michaels, who were there watching it. That was very much it. Wasn't really that much on the show. Now these are the predictions. These are the news and rumors. Tony Khan fell out with Britt Baker, Dr. Doom. Now what we got on the show, CM Punk confronted Cody Rhodes before the Rumble. Sami Zayn took on Drew McIntyre. The War Raiders defended the World Tag Team titles against Dominic and JD Memphis in a very good match. Thought the match was great. JD McDonough was the highlight of the match. Logan Paul made a Raw debut tonight. He also announced to be in the Rumble. We have Bianca and Naomi take on Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Now there's AEW Dynamite, there's NXT. Now let's see what Denise had to say.
I never even thought of this. I need CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. My God, that was absolutely brilliant. So you, me, a bunch of other people here, Phil, we're all sort of feeling the exact same way. You know what this feels like? You ever go on the teacup ride and you just like spinning in all these different directions, and you like it when you go this direction, and you like it when you go that direction. That's sort of what I've been feeling lately with this whole wrestling. What kind of analogy is that? The teacup ride? Yeah. Oh.
Alright. Now this is Krypton Miracle. Not very much. Not sure I should. I probably should talk about Monday Night Raw first before I talk about Saturday Night Main Event. Now this is what we got on Monday Night Raw. Actually, you know what? I think I'll talk about Saturday Night Main Event. Before I get into that, I'll just do a quick review. This is Saturday Night Main Event. The one of the matches on the card. This will open the show in a very good match. Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax was a very good match. It wasn't that better than the last match that they had last year in Australia, but a very good match. Rhea retained, and a very good match here. She retained the title. Braun Breaker and Sheamus was a very good match. Braun Breaker retained the IC title. He beat Sheamus clean. They could be setting up a rematch maybe down the line for WrestleMania, but this match is very good. Braun Breaker is very good. He's having a great title reign. After that, we got the contract signing with Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. I thought this ending was very lame here. Like they tried to go for a Kevin Owens tried to go for a pile driver on Shawn Michaels, but Cody Rhodes stopped him, hit a super kick. Shawn Michaels hit a sweet chin music on Kevin Owens. Thought it was lame. It didn't make Kevin Owens look good. The contract signing was alright. I just can't wait for the feud to end. We got Braun Strowman and Jacob Ford 2, a very good match. The match ended in a DQ because Jacob Fatu would dominate, beat up the referee. He beat up Braun Strowman. Jacob Fatu bloody Strowman with vicious attack. Man, they're really building up Jacob Fatu. I hope he's in the Rumble and we get a face-to-face with him and Roman. They could set up that feud, hopefully. We got Lillian Garcia moving with this in with the national anthem. That was very good. Lillian's so great. Jey Uso and Gunther with the main event. They clashed for the world title. A very good match. Gunther obviously retained. Now Gunther's not defending at the Rumble. He defended at the pay-per-view. Saturday Night main event. Here are the highlights of the show. That's the full recap. Nia Jax declared for the Rumble. Sheamus is declared after another Intercontinental title loss. Rhea welcomes all challengers for WrestleMania. Alright, and here's what we got. The show opened up with Gunther and Seth Rollins. Gunther talked down Seth Rollins. They could be teasing Gunther and Seth Rollins down the line. I think we will get this match. Maybe Rollins could win a chamber. Karrion Kross could be setting up a feud with Sami Zayn here. Kross played mind game with Sami Zayn. We could be setting that up. Logan Paul declared for the Royal Rumble. Xavier Woods is stunned by little Yasi and his family. They're still building up the New Day heel turn, which is very good. One of the best things for the New Day. There's even a t-shirt that says New Day sucks. The World Waiting retained the World Tag Team titles over the Judgment Day in a very good match. This is the first time that the World Waiters have defended the title since they won it last month. Bayley's lined up her challenger to Rhea Ripley. We got Kai gets invited to the Royal Rumble from Pat McAfee. Is he gonna be at ringside watching? He might be. I don't think we saw Roman Reigns tonight, but Paul Heyman revealed Roman Reigns at the WWE 2K25 cover. Then we got Drew McIntyre intimidating Paul Heyman. Then we got Bianca Naomi versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And a decent match. That was alright. We did see a bad D7 with Penta and Braun Breaker. They could be setting up that down the line. I was hoping we see Roman Reigns. I thought they said it was advertised, but I guess not. We didn't see Roman. We only got Paul Heyman. He revealed that Roman Reigns on the cover of 2K25. Drew McIntyre intimidated Paul Heyman. Not sure what can happen there. Jey Uso reveals he'll be eaten in the Royal Rumble. So he's gonna be in the Rumble. Sami and Seth clearly air after chaos that went down last week, I mean. Alright. Mike will talk about the podcast first. See what Denise had to say.
Here, ladies and gentlemen. My girlfriend won't let me shave. She's just like she doesn't like me without the beard.
Good. I'm sorry. I'm a beard person. I absolutely hate it when my husband shaves. I'm like, I don't like it. Like, yeah, you're not.
The way that he did last year. And there's still that, it seems minuscule at this point, but there's always the possibility that The Rock could reappear and he could very well win the Royal Rumble. So you have that hanging out there as well. That was the highlight of the show tonight, were those final 10, 12 minutes, whatever it was. We did learn tonight that the transfer window, I've been talking about this transfer window business, they've been doing it now for like a month and a half. No indication of when it closes, right? This trade window's been open for a while, and finally they told us that it officially closes this weekend. And so we learned tonight that Zelina Vega is out of the LWO. Tonight was her final night on Raw. She is being moved to SmackDown. I don't know if that's going to end up being the final move in this transfer window. I would guess we'll learn about more on Friday. But just to recap here, you guys in the chat can let me know if I'm missing anything. We have Zelina Vega moving to SmackDown. We have now the announcers. I guess they moved first, right? So we had Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett moving from Raw to SmackDown. Corey Graves moved to NXT. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee moved back to Raw. So the announcers had some of the biggest moves in this entire window. But we have Zelina moving from Raw to SmackDown. We have Bayley, right?
Because it is very easy to forget with the people that you see on a screen, whether it's this screen or your TV screen, the real people, and it does affect people. And it's easy to think, well, they've got,
Zayn hasn't really had a good string of luck lately. He can't beat Drew McIntyre. Kevin Owens is trying to manipulate him. All these stories are now intertwining. We even got Karrion Kross involved with Sami Zayn. Karrion Kross telling Sami what he needs to do instead of Sami worrying about what he has to do. Now he's got to worry about what Karrion Kross's agenda is. Sami Zayn and CM Punk. CM Punk had some choice words for a lot of different people. Last week, Paulie threw Hulk Hogan under the bus. He mentioned Sami Zayn. They crossed paths tonight. Sami Zayn got in CM Punk's face and said, "We're not on the same level. You're right. I main evented a WrestleMania and you did not. So we're not on the same level. You are correct." Then we got Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre in the main event tonight. Another match between those two. Sami Zayn's 0-12 against Drew McIntyre. Can't get a win. Then we have Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn inadvertently getting into it with the Helluva Kick, playing up the facts that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, their paths are going to cross. And it was only a week ago where we got Kevin Owens, who was using manipulation tactics on Sami Zayn. No matter what you've been through, no matter...
The start of the show was all right, but the ending of the show was really the thing to talk about. So yeah, you're right here. We got Anthony Giuliano who says, "You see Jordan Grace signed with WWE. What is your prediction for Jordan Grace's match?"
Shook it. Loved it. Shout out to JD McDonough for that crazy bump he took. That moonsault dive that had him hitting the back of his head on the announcer table. But then he got to finish the match. Oh my goodness. He's a trooper. He's a trooper, man.
After he hit Cody Rhodes with a Helluva Kick. Yeah, they're definitely setting up something right here.
Because WWE has now teased yet another mega match for WrestleMania, potentially in Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship. Time stops when they are in the ring together. I think even looking at it head on, even now, even tonight, looking at both guys in the ring at the positions that they hold in the company in 2025, knowing where they came from in the last couple of years, it is still amazing to see both guys in the ring at the same time on Raw, when nobody thought that at least CM Punk would have never made it back to where he is today in WWE. It's still just astonishing.
They were pretty much in the same like 2.5 hour range that they've been doing, which again I think is great, and I have no issue with that.
Chamber, for example, and then we get Gunther versus Seth Rollins. That's what this segment did. It got me on board for that in the future, but it did not get me on board for Seth winning the Rumble at all.
No, when he was saying, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna eliminate that person, and I'm gonna say eliminate this person. I'm like, that's nice, Seth. That's really nice. And I'm glad that you think that, but I'm not buying it.
We even once again got CM Punk chance when he was out there. Like it's tough sledding for Seth, and I think it's gonna be for a while until he turns heel.
Did you see that tweet that Becky Lynch, when she was at a basketball game, and then like the reporter put Becky Lynch and her
I don't want to get ahead of myself because the more we get excited about something, the more we get hyped about something, the more often we are left disappointed. So I'm going into this just kind of middle of the road. But it certainly feels that WWE is using the Rumble as some weird scientific experiment, man. They're literally taking everything that they've calculated throughout the last 6 to 9 months, and they're just gonna fucking put it in the Rumble, and you're gonna get the best recipe, the most chaotic recipe possible, one that's filled with emotion and unpredictability, man. I can't wait to see it all play out. I really can. I thought Monday Night Raw did a very good job tonight. I thought Raw's been killing it since the move to Netflix. It just feels big. It feels important, especially now on the road to WrestleMania. It just feels different than it was in the previous era. We got some great wrestling tonight. We got a tag team championship match that was a banger tonight with the Judgment Day and the War Raiders. We'll talk about the great performance from one JD McDonough. We're not going to call him any McDonald's names, and we're not going to use puns to describe JD McDonough. Tonight, his name is JD McBeast.
However, when Seth Rollins did say that he was going to eliminate Roman Reigns, I thought, I could see them, recircling back, Seth and Roman, because that's some unfinished business there. That part was intriguing.
I said the same thing. I was like, are they teasing Seth versus Roman at Mania? Because I'm down. Sure. Okay. But then they kind of teased Roman versus Drew at Mania and the same show.
I want to see Roman versus Drew, but I want to get to the point where Drew would actually defeat Roman, only because it would mean so much more if Drew defeated Roman than Roman defeating Drew. And I don't think we're there yet where Drew would defeat Roman. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Versus like Roman and Seth, I think Roman should defeat Seth. If we did it right.
He's never beaten him clean.
So it's like, all right, I'm kind of leaning more towards him and Seth, but hey, that's where we're at right now. We got Phil Omuet here who says, big ass, I know, but if I were WWE, I'd bring Jordynne Grace to the main roster, have her win the Rumble. Bianca versus Rhea is the rumor, but I want Jade versus Bianca and Jordan versus Rhea WrestleMania worthy. So, two things here. One, I do think Jordynne Grace should go straight to the main roster. That's feels like almost a given, of course. I don't know about winning the Rumble. It's so hard to predict because you got Charlotte Flair, you got Io Sky, you got some other people there. But with Bianca and Rhea, like this is a match we have been wanting for such a long time. I know we got a lot of new toys to play with, but let's not forget that Bianca and Rhea is a match we've been wanting to see. Well, front offer.
Wrestler, everybody in the chat right now, I know you are just absolutely in love with Logan Paul. He's now a member of the Raw roster. So he came out, and you would think when he got in the ring and he began to speak, you would think that this was the New Day turning on Big E for a second time. Like, he was getting the kind of heat that New Day got a month ago. And New Day is still getting heat, but unfortunately, I mean, they've really cooled off since that great angle they did last. I don't know what the fuck they're thinking with New Day. I mean, they had something great in New Day, and I don't even fully know if Triple H knows what he had with these guys, just based on the way they've been used over the last 4 or 5 weeks. But that's the kind of heat that Logan Paul was getting here in this segment. So Logan said that
just a little over 3 hours, and we had special guest appearance. Conman 167, my guy Ango, kicking it with Ross, Don Tony, and the one and the only Salamonster, who we'll see tomorrow night.
Hold on.
By none other than the OTS community. My community, man, thank you for a great stream last night. We had the best of stream. Finally, we got it done. Best of 2024 stream. I gotta shout out my community as well.
And thought, I want Logan Paul to win the Royal Rumble match so I can embarrass him at WrestleMania and I can smack that stupid smirk off his face. And Seth says the only person that will get embarrassed at WrestleMania is Gunther. And they played Seth's music and he danced away. So you could add 2 more names to the men's Royal Rumble match. That makes 12 now that we know of. So Logan Paul has thrown his name in the hat here. I do want to see Gunther at some point make mincemeat out of Logan Paul. I'm not saying I don't want to see that or that it wouldn't be fun, you know, to watch him chop the soul out of Logan Paul. And it doesn't bite.
It has been on. It almost feels like we may be getting a Sami Zayn heel turn. I wasn't feeling it before, but tonight there were some shades of that made me think it might happen. So first of all, he did take another loss to Drew McIntyre. Poor Sammy's been losing a whole lot. He did seem to have, I don't know, maybe a broken nose because he did get busted open in the nose area. It looked pretty brutal throughout the entire match. It was swollen afterwards. But after the match, we see Drew McIntyre attack Sami Zayn. Cody Rhodes runs down to make the save, laying down Drew McIntyre with the Cody cutter. But Kevin Owens runs in, strikes Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes fires back, and then Drew McIntyre rips basically a new one to Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. And we end up seeing Sami Zayn go for the haluva kick, and McIntyre moves again, and he gets Cody. So this is now 2 weeks back to back where he has gotten a person that he wasn't supposed to be getting with the haluva kick.
And I love the praise he got from Kevin, like, thanks. Like, and Sammy in the commercial break when he was walking out the room, he's like, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. But I like what they're doing here. On top of that, you've got your favorite, Karrion Kross, massaging the potential heel turd of Sami Zayn. I'm down. I could buy this. I'm in. Like Sami Zayn as the on your high horse good guy that's always, you know, trying to make the other person see the light. It doesn't really work for me. I kind of liked how edgy he was with CM Punk earlier on in the night, where he was just like, hey, I heard what you said last week, bitch, basically. Yeah, you think that I'm not on your level? Okay, all right, fair enough, you're right. You're not on my level because I'm the one that's been in a WrestleMania event. I was like, okay, I can get by.
Same as everybody else, not named CM Punk. He said that he would toss Kathy's ass over the top rope if she was in the Royal Rumble match. Sami Zayn walked up and he wanted to talk to Punk. He took issue with a comment that Punk made last week, and I told him this
Carl never really.
Mysterio and JD McDonough. My feelings in regards to this was just thank God they didn't put the titles back on the Judgment Day because there was a little piece of me that was concerned.
First, I was concerned about JD McDonough's existence. Oh my God. Did you see the hit to the
head? Yes.
Holy.
after what he said about Sammy last week. He said he would see him in the Rumble on Saturday, and Zayn started to walk away, and the camera followed him, and he ran into Karrion Kross. Kross said that Sammy should listen to Seth Rollins and start doing things for himself. He said that this is the best chance Sammy's had to win the Rumble, and he should start thinking with his head. Kross said that there's a world of opportunity, and then he walked away. Cody Rhodes then showed up. He didn't really bump into so much as he approached Sami Zayn. And it kind of startled Sammy. He wasn't expecting it. And Cody told him that it was good to see him. And Sammy said the same before making a quick exit. And Cody looked upset, as if he was hoping to have a conversation with Sammy about what we saw last week on the show, when Kevin Owens was buttering up Sami Zayn and trying to basically recruit him to be, his best friend in case something went sideways in the ladder match this weekend. But Sami got away before Cody could talk to him about that. There was an interview during the commercial break because, again, I'm watching this show using my Express VPN. I am watching it via a Canadian server, so I don't get any of the commercials.
Oh, cool. Dubby, thank you very much. Appreciate you for being here. We love Dubby. We love everybody, man. Thank you guys.
And Pete Dunne kind of gave you the ick face and walked away from you. But when you think about it, like, yeah, these are cool, fun little moments, but they pale in comparison to the big climax that you already did, which was the heel turn on Big E. You've been just kind of poking the same button over and over again every single week. Sometimes it's really entertaining. I was entertained this week. Sometimes it's less entertaining. Sometimes it feels forced. Sometimes it feels organic. But at the end of the day, they're not really building on the awesome foundation that they built from themselves off the back of the Big E heel turn. That's what's missing. They seem to be shifting sideways as opposed to actually moving forward with something of intrigue for the New Day.
Right. I think a lot of people were sort of expecting them to either be going on an annoying winning streak to the point where they did become tag team champions. I think we were expecting this to benefit them because they had said, like, you're holding us back, Biggie. Like, we're tired of hearing about you. Like, all of this has held us back. And I think people were sort of expecting something a little bit different there at this point with the New Day. So again, they've been doing engaging stuff every week, but now we're just a matter of, all right, what's next? What's the end game here? What's the goal? What's the goal in mind with the New Day, and how are we gonna capitalize from the attention that they're getting right now, and the attention that they got when they turned on Big E? We got Demon Murder here who says the men's tag division is weak, in my opinion. Yeah, I feel that way. From the SmackDown tag division is stronger than the Raw tag team division. They still haven't necessarily won me over either. I still think the entire tag team division in WWE needs a little bit more tweaking. But the SmackDown division is stronger than the Raw one for sure. Thank you so much, Demon Murder, for the super chat. All right, let's keep it going. We got Bianca Belair and Naomi versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Fun match. Liv Morgan and Raquel get the win. Of course, this was non-title. I don't love Santi seeing the champions get pinned, especially when it's the women's tag team champions. I don't love it because for me, I feel like the women's tag team championships, like it's been rocky. It hasn't been smooth sailing for any of the champions, and even right now with Bianca and Naomi. First when Bianca and Jade lost the titles, I didn't love that for them. And then they won the titles back. Okay, great. Now we're doing this Jade Cargill storyline of Bianca and Naomi, the tag team champions. It still hasn't felt like they have been so progressively strong throughout the entire time. So for me, I don't love seeing the champions lose. I hope this means something, especially since it was Liv Morgan who it was Liv who defeated Naomi. So I was glad Naomi. I was glad it wasn't Bianca Belair because I don't want to see Bianca Belair get pinned. So in a way, I was glad that it was Naomi, but I did not love the Bianca and Naomi. Even if
Bianca got pinned by Liv like 3 days ago on
SmackDown.
On SmackDown, yeah.
Damn it! I watched SmackDown I only watched the first hour of SmackDown last week. Oh my
it was
god! Never mind. Screw what I said.
It was like a big 6-woman tag match that had Rhea, Liv, like all of the people that came out saying, I'm going to be in the Rumble. Liv pinned Bianca and has now pinned Naomi. She has pinned by herself in the last 3 days both women's tag team champions. And it's odd considering they have a big tag team match in an Atlanta show for NXT tomorrow night. It's kind of a weak entry for the champions going into that title event.
Yes, it really is. That's what I was thinking about with just this match. Now you bring up the SmackDown one. I'm like, shit. Oh my god. All right, well, we gotta do something with that. Like, this is gonna have to lead to like Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez probably taking the belt.
It's probably it makes sense if you're having Liv pin both of them.
I think so too. All right, we got Demon Murder here who says, is it just me? I get more excited for the women's match.
Yes, apparently though this guy, he's an actor from The Recruit. On
Messiah Rollins was good too. James all day. Messiah Rollins was good too. But the Messiah Rollins, he was stuck in the pandemic era. He really came to life during the pandemic era. We didn't really see Messiah Rollins take off in front of a live audience, but it is what it is. We had to sit through Rollins and Mysterio eye for an eye. Remember that? Yeah, I don't care to talk about that
Right.
at all, ever, again. He started his path to redemption when he beat McIntyre last week, and it would continue on Saturday. He especially hoped to toss out Roman Reigns. He dreamt of CM Punk being the final person in the ring with him so he could crush his Mania dream to dust. The real question was, which title would he go after when he won? We all knew Gunther.
Right.
JD McDonough.
Something's bled into each other, but yeah.
Yeah,
that was
because we
pretty
covered
much
a
our
lot
show.
like during the super chats. I think that we did get it all.
Yeah, we did get Penta and Braun Breaker. I did forget to mention that.
That was a commercial thing though. Not even-
Yeah, it was
yeah.
a commercial thing.
It's tough to know. That's like a question that I have. Like, are things that happen on commercials for the international audiences, is that canon? Like, can I now start thinking that Penta versus Braun Breaker is a feud? Can I start seeing it that way? Or is it not canon because it happened on commercial breaks and American audiences didn't see it? I don't know.
I feel like it should count, it should matter, and it should just be a bonus. Like if, for example, if next week they do Braun Breaker versus Penta, then the people who saw that could be like, "Oh, nice! You know, like cool. This is why it happened. This is why we're getting this." Because there are some things like they don't matter, right? Like you can tell when they were filling for time with like Michael Cole and Pat McAfee talking it up, interviewing people, like all these random little things that they were doing. Some stuff doesn't really look like it matters too much, but then there's other stuff like that, or like the Sami Zayn, CM Punk stuff. I don't even know if that was on TV or not anymore. But to me, that should matter because if I'm seeing it and I'm spending my time watching it,
Sure.
it should be a teaser for something down the line when it actually does unfold.
That's fair. That's
Get
fair.
back with 5 minutes.
Cool. So there you guys go. We actually did it. We covered all of Raw, and of course, that was the go home show into the Royal Rumble. This time and next week, Santi, you and I will know who both the men and the women, and everybody here will know who the Royal Rumble winners are and where we're headed. But thank you guys as always so much. Santi, please tell the people where they can find you, where they can support you.
All right. Well, if you guys want to join my teacup ride, you can find me over on Santi's app. Anything Santi's app, whether it's on YouTube, on Twitch, on TikTok, on Instagram. Just pick your social media of choice, and I'm very much likely there.
Guys, give Santi a follow. Of course, all of the links are in the description box below. As always, thank you guys so much. YouTube.com/Denise Salcedo. If you're
going. Dom tagged in, Ivar hit him with a spin kick. As McDonough distracted the referee, Carlito showed up and he spat an apple in Ivar's face. This allowed Dom to hit a 619 and McDonough followed with a moonsault. Dom hit a frog splash and got a good near fall after Eric shoved McDonough into Dom.
And called Rollins one of the best wrestlers to ever step foot in WWE history.
A-Town Down Under are here to win titles and earn money. Don't know if they already doing that. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch some of these.
Subway's got a new deliciously fresh meal of the day. Choose a drink for just $6.99.
Most star-studded Rumble of all time. And I don't give a damn. especially Thompson Reigns. My hope, my dream, the way I see it, CM Punk. Yeah. CM Punk is the last dude in this ring with me, so I can toss him out over the top rope and crush his main event WrestleMania dreams to dust. I'm a man on a mission. The real question is, after I win the Rumble, which championship am I going to go after? I'll tell you, the ring general, the World Heavyweight Championship. That sounds good, Gunther. One of the best to do it in this ring. That's right, don't forget that, son. You are one of the best wrestlers that ever stepped foot
Watching
into
this.
this company. You achieved all the accolades. You created so many memorable moments for those fans. But let me tell you this. It's 2025, and you are not the best wrestler in this company anymore. I have, at this time or always, proves it. You know what's that? Please go and win the Royal Rumble. And please challenge me. It's mine to hang it on up. When Hulk shows up, game day. I'm impressed.
Yeah, Logan Paul too. So there's Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, and Gunther. All three of them in the ring.
You boys entering the Royal Rumble. And I don't gotta worry about throwing 29 guys over the top. That's grunt work. That's for Tweedledee and Tweedledum over here. I gotta work smarter, not harder, as I always do. To win the Royal Rumble. So I can go to WrestleMania and embarrass you when I slap that stupid smirk out of your face. Gunther, I'm with you on that, except there's one problem. The only person that's getting embarrassed is you, if I just.
Alright, let's see what this is.
Oh wow, we can find your dehydration from
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is as I would have it, I'm the one behind the one. The one GOAT, greatest of all time. The one and only tribal chief. And the one who represents WWE and the entire island of relevancy on the cover of WWA 2K25.
Well, there it is. Roman Reigns on 2K25. That for Paul Heyman came out there to announce Roman Reigns on the cover of the new game. Roman Reigns on the cover of the new game.
There's a great responsibility when you're on the cover of a video game of this magnitude. Your tribal chief can live up to that responsibility because I'm the one behind the one in 29 versus 1. Your tribal chief Roman Reigns is going back to the mindset of 1 versus all because that is what this Royal Rumble is all about. Roman Reigns told you he was going to take back his Ulafala. Roman Reigns took back his Ulafala from Solo Sikoa. And now, I'm telling you, Roman Reigns is coming back for his championship. And it all starts this Saturday at the Royal Rumble because all 29 of them are coming after Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns is not just the biggest star here on Netflix. Roman Reigns is not just the biggest star in WWE. He's the biggest star in this whole big industry. He's the biggest star on the face of this planet. When Elon Musk colonizes Mars, Roman Reigns will be the biggest star on that planet too.
Let's see what Drew McIntyre had to say.
I used to struggle with anger, but now I use head and shoulders every watch because acting is really
You should love me because I am responsible for all of the success you're having right now. If you're
We don't care.
about this because that's something I'm going to admit right now. It pains me, and it wasn't intentional, but I am the daddy of the bloodline. I went to the main event of WrestleMania where I slayed the beast and won the world title. Your client, he sent you out to sea. You like to tell everybody that Roman rescued you from obscurity, but no, you're a smart man. You're the smartest man in this industry. You swam back to shore, metaphorically, of course. Found Roman in a low tide, got in his ear, harnessed all of his talent for evil. And you went on this run, the greatest run of your life. The bloodline took over more moments than you've ever had, more money than you've ever made. Look, Poe, you're on the damn video game now. So, I guess all I'm looking for, look at him, talking to you. All I am looking for is a very simple thank you, Drew. Thank you, Drew. But you're crowding me right now. Okay. I'm sorry, wise man. I'll give you space. I apologize that I was crowding you. Give you my word. I will pass your message on to my tribal chief, Roman Reigns. He knows I'm coming. I was talking about your boy, CM Punk.
Well, it's interesting to be setting up Maybe Punk and Roman, McIntyre and Roman Reigns. Nothing much happened on this show.
The bad news is that somebody is unlike all these other people, your friends stabbing you in the back. I'm gonna win the Royal Rumble, and I'll see you in the main event of WrestleMania. And because I'm your one true friend, I'm gonna stab you in the front. I respect you telling me that, for sure. But I'm gonna share something with you. When I first came into the whole wrestling atmosphere, when I first showed up, 4400 Shepherd Road at OPW, I met you, right? We were the only ones wanting to learn arm drags and head scissors from Greg Gagne. You were the man, chick magnet, CM Punk. Everybody wanted to be you. We were chasing you. And then you got called up, the big call up, cashed in, became world heavyweight champion. I followed soon after on the roster with you, and I was chasing you. And then there's a whole 10-year period, a 10-year period where you sat at home, you sat on your couch, we were in this ring, some of your peers in that locker, and they were chanting your name. You were still the man, and we were chasing you. But that dynamic has shifted because your prediction last year, one thing you certainly were wrong. Our dynamic, you and I, this relationship, it's completely changed. And you know why? I'm not chasing. You're chasing. Friend, I want you to know, I hope you win the Royal Rumble. I do. I hope it's you. Because I want you to catch up. I want you to catch up. I want you to win the Royal Rumble, and I hope it's you. Because I want to see the look on your face when you find out that the best in the world isn't the best in the world anymore. We need a symbol that can unite us. They're taking advantage of the situation. Kevin Owens is left down with McIntyre now. And Cody Rhodes in the corner walking out of no, lubricants! I'll give you at the Rumble.
Wait, hold on a second.
Now we talk.
They bust the win. We on foot now. Chop, get the fuck out of here. Run, Chop, run. Man, fucked up. We gotta walk. Go, Chop. Call me a snake. He didn't know they was playing some Mars. They don't.
Wait, hold on a
Hey guys,
second.
welcome back to the channel. It has been a long time no see. I'm back. be my first playthrough for 2025. And
Alright, here we go. JD McDonough might be hurt. The wife said that they know bad things.
But I've been surprised.
Couple matches. So American Made interrupted. Chad Gable told Lyra that Ivy Nile would be
Us. He is a fucking amateur. This is what I want from my pro wrestling program. I want
Her thing. That she makes it like that. Sami Zayn probably. I feel like the Iron Man and Iron Woman should be something that really helps your profile. Also, I like the Tana bomb on the apron.
but I do wonder if maybe they were going to run that back one more time. And they can't. Because Dakota, at least for this week, Dakota's out. Hopefully, it's nothing serious and she'll clear concussion protocol and she'll be back quickly. Anyway, no indication of their Intercontinental title match set up for next week or anything like that. But they were obviously teasing one here with IBM. So American Made, they kind of walked away and then they bumped into, or they heard voices of Maxine Dupree, hear her.
making him into a bigger deal than he really is. There were a bunch of celebrities in the crowd, a bunch of rappers from the Atlanta area. And we go from that into the first match of the night, which is the War Raiders versus Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough. This went 12 minutes. This was fucking great. This was the first match, I do believe, in the War Raiders tag team title run. First opportunity for them to defend the titles. And it's against the former Judgment Day, who were the tag team champions, former champions. Meanwhile, the champions were Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Tonight, it was Dominic and JD McDonough. A little bit of a free bird rule situation. This match was all about JD McDonough. The only thing people are talking about coming out of this match is the great JD McDonough. So, we'll pick it up from that spot. This was the talk of the entire show, never mind the fucking match. So, War Raiders made their entrance. First tag team title defense. We got the ring introductions. Cole noted that no one has heard from Finn Balor since he lost to Damian Priest in the street fight. And the bell rings and we get this tag team title match underway. So, as soon as the bell rings, McDonough and Dominic attacked the War Raiders, who were not paying attention. They had their backs turned. Referee called for the bell. McDonough landed a running flip dive onto Ivar. And the spot that everybody's talking about, scary spot. Like a holy shit, I hope he ain't dead type of spot. Scary spot in the match early, where JD McDonough hit a springboard moonsault. He was on the apron, jumped off the second rope, springboard moonsault, acai moonsault, to the outside on Ivar, and his head bounced right off the announce table. Imagine doing an acai moonsault off the second rope springboard. The height he gets. He came down right on Ivar. He landed. The ricochet of him landing and his feet hitting the mat.
Your feet looks, because it's almost like I'm frozen in time, from like a year ago. So I know it's gonna happen. Morgan Bianca though caught her and hit a KO. But Dominic distracted the referee from making a cover. Bianca then wiped out.
Looking to get stronger? This is your year. Join Planet Fitness today for just $1 down and save.
Michael Cole was calling for a doctor. But fucking guy gets to his feet. He got a standing ovation from the audience in Atlanta. And
My bad, hold on. The TV turned off. Hold on.
Ivar hit him with his finger. It's Ivar's face. This is Dominic is the 619 and McDonough followed with a moonsault off the top rope. So he gets the moonsault. Dominic goes up top for front. Apparently, Eric saved the day by breaking off the pinfall by shoving McDonough into Dom's pinfall. Dominic went for another 619. Eric tagged himself in. They hit Dom with the War Machine. And that was it. 1, 2, 3. The War Raiders retain the WWE World Tag Team Championships. Excellent. Excellent match to start Monday Night Raw. That's what I want to see. That's the type of shit we need to start seeing as a tag team business. Matches like that. McDonough is a sick son of a bitch. And I know we joke around, we call him every McDonald's dollar menu item on the fucking menu. I get it, it's done in jest, it's done in a joking manner. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's done it. But tonight we're not going to joke around about him. I seriously hope he's okay. I seriously hope that he is not seriously injured. He's a fucking big beast. I'll tell you that right now. Reportedly, he collapsed backstage as soon as he walked in the curtain. I hope that he's all right. But man, he is one of the toughest and one of the most underappreciated talents that they have on TV right now. McDonough has been largely a fall guy for the Judgment Day. He has been. He's gone out there and he has made everybody look good with no selfishness on that man at all. He goes in there, he bumps as good as fucking Dolph Ziggler did. And continues to do Nick Nemeth. He sells just like Nick Nemeth. He sells as good as Mr. Perfect. He makes everybody, Ricochet was even great at doing it while he was in the WWE. He makes everybody look fucking great. Undervalued, underappreciated. I think after tonight, people are going to really start appreciating Jake McDonough. I think he gained a new level of respect from fans that didn't really see anything in him outside of the fall guy in the Judgment Day. So good on him. It's a great match, and the War Raiders are 10 seconds. Look at Kaiser. He approached Pete Dunne backstage. Little silly. I gotta call this out. I just have to call this out. WWE films these scenes as if they are getting ready, and you virtually see the cameraman say 3, 2, 1, and then the fucking cue to go. That's it. And then most of the time, they're walking towards the camera in a backstage area, and all you see backstage is a huge steel garage door. Like, where the fuck did he come from? There's no other area back. There's literally no other area in the back where he could have come from. There's no other little door. They're not in a locker room. It's nothing more than production crates and a bunch of fucking shit topped and stacked on one another. Chairs in the back, tables and whatnot. He's walking towards the camera, and where the fuck did he come from? It's almost as if, all right, now you walk towards the camera, and then Luther Kaiser just kind of comes into frame and starts talking to Pete Dunne. Looks a little unnatural. I don't know. was lonely. He might have been lonely. I don't know. Maybe he's like Mick Foley. Maybe he was sitting in the bowels of the building. I don't know. It seemed like Kaiser wanted to form some sort of an alliance with Pete Dunne. Wouldn't be bad. But before they could say anything to each other, they were approached by the New Day. Even as heels in both Pete Dunne and Ludwig Kaiser, they still wanted nothing to do with the New Day. So they walked away. Kathy Kelly approached the New Day for an interview. Kofi Kingston is in Atlanta, and he was home. This is his home. So Kathy Kelly heard Kofi Kingston say that Atlanta's favorite son is home, and she joked about who it could possibly be. He didn't really say it was Xavier. So she was like, Braun Breaker? Kofi's like, no. And then she mentioned Austin.
Alright.
From the crowd reacting to the New Day. I don't know why we didn't get next. So we come back. Woods is already in the ring. Crowd is booing. Woods wanted the crowd to show respect, and Kingston said he would bring Atlanta something that Kirk Cousins and the Falcons could never do.
He was officially entering the Royal Rumble match. He called half the Rumble entrants senior citizens, and they would realize that they were no match for the badass because it wasn't 2014. So he was interrupted by Penta, who was wearing a suit. And see, Penta has already figured out very quickly the WWE dressing. He's got a mask on, makeup, suit. He walks up to Braun Breaker and they stare at each other. No words are exchanged. And then Penta, in his Cerro Miedo gesture, without saying anything, you hear the fans in the arena chanting it along with him. Look, he's been here 3 weeks. And already.
Front row, who finally arrived to the arena sitting in that front row. Very expensive seats. So Woods approached them only for his parents to reveal that they were wearing New Day Sucks t-shirts. So there was a rapper, Lil Yachty, who was sitting outside. Who? I don't know, man. I'm an old geezer, bro. I don't know any of these new age musicians. I don't. Lil Yachty is outside.
Well, my we're in the video. Made this long enough. Hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. I'll be back for more.